They tried to cancel my boy Markiplier. What is happening to the internet, man? All of my heroes getting canceled. Markiplier, he's probably in my top 10 favorite creators of all time. I used to watch all of his content every single day. Probably back like 2012, 2016. All of those times. I was watching Game Grumps, Jacksepticeye. Good times, man, good times. But man, everything's changed. Things have changed so much. Now when I hear about people, they're getting canceled. Usually for really stupid reasons. And I have no idea. I've heard that people are talking about Markiplier. Why are people canceling him? I don't think it's probably for a good reason. It's probably f***ing retarded.
Okay, we gotta talk about the Markiplier situation. Basically, people are trying to cancel him now for allegedly supporting AI. So we're gonna go over everything.
Bro. Okay. Okay. All right.
From the video that is apparently getting him canceled, where people are saying that he's defending AI, to people accusing him of using an AI thumbnail and apparently promoting—
Oh no! Not using AI thumbnails! How could you, Markiplier?
AI in his podcast. We're gonna go over the cut-up clips that people are getting mad about, all of the Twitter drama, the rampant mental illness, and in fact the backlash got so bad, Markiplier actually made an entire—
Oh no, that's 100% AI. What are you doing, man? How could you? How could you? This is fucking stupid. This is so fucking stupid. Like, this is what we're canceling him for? Are you serious? For dumbass pictures like this? Like, what is everybody on? Are we really this afraid of computers?
Hour-long response stream. So we're gonna check all of that out. Subscribe or you become a terminally unemployed Twitter user.
Simple.
Right, let's start with this tweet. Markiplier is being called out for directly supporting AI research, but he believes the tech can do good. There are reasons to be critical of AI the way that it currently is. That doesn't mean that it's entirely as a concept a problem. He's helping fund real good AI.
Wait, whoa, is that it? It's the thumbnails in this? There's gotta be more, man. There's no way. There's no way this is what he's getting canceled for. This is fucking retarded.
AI, a non-profit, try to make a model that doesn't steal art.
Obviously, this isn't gonna stick. He's definitely not getting canceled for this. If anything, it just made everybody start talking about him again.
Markiplier made it clear that he doesn't support current generative AI models and believe that they steal from creators.
True.
Right, so here's one of the tweets that went viral.
I don't get the problem.
Markiplier, one of my favorite YouTubers since I was 14, are you still 14 by the way, is defending AI and uses it. And this got 41,000 likes. It got community noted. This tweet refers to a clip of Markiplier asking ChatGPT questions similar to how one would use Google as a search engine. There's no defense being made on his end in this clip. If you've Googled something as of May 2024, you are also using AI. The tech is everywhere. So we're gonna check out this clip in a
you can't get away from it. You might as well accept it and have power over it. Don't let it have power over you.
second, but this person continues. For those who want confirmation, I didn't get the chance to sit down and check it myself, but it was in the latest Distractable podcast, and he was using ChatGPT as if it's Google technically. This actually made me so freaking upset. Oomph pointed out that
it's better than Google whenever you're trying to get information. Whenever you're looking for websites, not so much. But really, people don't use websites much anymore. They just go to apps for everything.
This was one of his videos a few months ago where he also uses AI. Also searching up here, apparently anyone who brings up Markiplier's AI usage in any subreddit, Markipliers or Distractables, they get banned. This is one of the posts I was able to screenshot and find.
Yeah, probably because they were getting spammed about it. And it was also like annoying people that were in the community just trying to do the basic community things. I get it. I really do. Oh man, this situation sucks. It's so fucking stupid. Because I don't think that you should be, like, banning people who were talking about it. But I also think this situation is fucking stupid. And, like, you don't want a bunch of morons shitting all over you in your community. And especially if the actual community doesn't want them there. You know?
Right, so this person is basically saying Mark's use of artificial intelligence and how there's very real consequences. He just plays it off as a joke when it's not. The subreddit is taking down these posts and not actually hearing people's concerns. Right, so let's look at the clip people are mad about. The way my face freaking fell.
Well, they're not even really talking about the concerns. They're wanting to, like, have arguments about AI, and I don't feel like Markiplier's chat is the place to do that. Like Markiplier subreddit. That's where you're going to talk about the existential threat of AI. Dude, there's other places for that. He probably just doesn't want that to be a thing there. Like, it's just, what, my mind is blown. People are fucking retarded, man.
During these whole 2 minutes, I didn't have Markiplier defending AI usage on my regular Wednesday afternoon, and we got
I might be a little bit biased, but like, because I really like Markiplier. Is this situation not completely retarded, completely brain dead?
This 2-minute clip. Now, this clip is from Ethan Nestor's video, We Tried Peanut-Free Candy.
This does feel like a vehicle for protein, where you don't really eat this for the taste, you eat it for the nutritional value.
What? Hold on. Hey. I was just wondering if you could tell me what the protein profile of sunflower seeds is.
Yeah, hey, sunflower seeds.
Oh no!
Protein.
He's asking AI questions like nobody actually does. Nobody does that. You're part of the problem, Markiplier. Bro, I ask my AI everything all the time. I got like 5 different AI that I use on a daily basis.
Contain all essential amino acids, but not in perfectly balanced amounts. Typically, they have around 20 to 25 grams of protein per 100 grams. They are especially rich in methionine and cysteine, but lower in lysine, so they aren't considered a complete protein on their own. If you combine them with other sources like legumes, you can create a more balanced amino acid profile.
I didn't listen.
No worry.
Oh.
I asked because, you know, that's ChatGPT's like voice talk feature.
Everyone's gonna hate you.
I love it.
What about the water?
What about the water?
It's stealing the water.
Where?
I don't know how it works. I've been told. It's taking the water.
Oh.
By the way, I don't really love the AI, but it definitely makes my life so much easier.
Isn't it?
Right, so Markiplier asked ChatGPT a question, just like your dumbass on Twitter, probably Google shit using AI. And confession, guys, I've also done this before. I have asked ChatGPT.
Oh no, cancel MorePegasus. He's pro AI.
A question. The horror. Just the absolute horror. They also might be concerned.
Cancel me. Oh no, I use AI all the time. I'm a bad person.
About the fact that Ethan brought up the water thing, right? Basically, he was sort of, it sounded like mocking people who didn't know what they were talking about when it comes to AI. And basically, a simplified version, basically AI server cooling uses a ton of water, right? So data centers use cooling towers to dissipate the heat that is generated from running these things. And that's why he brings up water there. Also, there's some other shit like, you know, the mining of metal.
I think AI is probably the same as like the television and the cell phone, you know, like the old heads are all freaking out about it. And, you know, it's not really bad. It's not really good. It's kind of neutral. It's just kind of a new thing that humans are doing now. It's just, we're moving forward with technology and people don't want that. They want things to be the way that they have known it to be their entire lives. And anything that comes in to change it scares them because it's weird and they don't know how to use it. And you know what? They're probably right, but nobody cares. Nobody cares. We're moving on. We're moving past you, old man.
Used in AI leads to pollution or soil erosion, etc., etc., and it can be harmful for the environment. But anyways, they continue.
Well, okay, so the thing about that is in computers, data centers need water. Do you know why?
Cooling?
Yes, cooling. So that's what they're doing. That's what they mean when it's taking the water.
Who takes more water? Okay?
Mm-hmm.
ChatGPT or almonds?
Let's ask ChatGPT. Hey, what would consume more water? The data centers that power you and your ability to answer my questions, or almond growing in all of California?
All almond farming in California uses significantly more water than data centers. Almonds require around 1 gallon of water per almond, which adds up to billions of gallons annually. Data centers also consume water, especially for cooling, but the volume is much smaller compared to large-scale agriculture.
You're not just saying
So what you're saying is we should combine almond farms and data centers.
that because
ideas.
you're ChatGPT and you wouldn't want to be accused of stealing too much water, are you?
Nope.
Right. Right, so people kind of took this as Markiplier sort of defending AI and mocking the critics, right? Now, first off, he's just pointing out straight up facts here, so you shouldn't be getting mad at actual
No, we can't have facts around here. We don't do facts, we only operate on feelings.
facts. Now, the argument some people are making on Twitter
And I feel like AI is scary.
is that it's like poisoning poor people's water in
It's
particular,
scary, it makes
right?
me
So it's harming
mad.
poor people, or you know, the water that's being used is not being recycled. But anyways, that's besides the point. Markiplier did actually respond to this in this clip. Markiplier basically saying to the people who are trying to cancel him, "You're mad, that's great. Here's my stance on AI. Redirect your anger towards changing it for the better," is exactly why he did not deserve
Yeah,
the
like, why is Markiplier the conduit of hate? Because he uses ChatGPT on his phone. I don't get it. It's fucking ridiculous.
he has gotten recently. And this got like 60k likes, and apparently this person was trying to defend Markiplier. But this was not a good clip that they actually chose here, and a bunch of people got really mad at this and started quote tweeting and getting mad at Markiplier.
That's what I started this at. Is like, we're on the same side. We're absolutely on the same side. And there's a side here that is for the betterment of this in the first place. So
well, no, you're not on the same side, because you have to directly be in line with them, which is nope, be completely against it. We're not using it, even though we probably are behind the scenes, but we're going to pretend that we're not online to virtue signal that we're not using AI, because AI is evil and has taken over the planet. It's Skynet. Do you want Terminator to be real?
personally am doing nothing besides paying for the foundation. That is the only thing that I'm doing in this, the only thing I've been doing. But it's something that I've talked about because it's important to understand.
I don't even, I don't know why Markiplier's even talking about this. Like, I think he's just poking the trolls, really. Because this is something he could have just stayed quiet about. Nobody would have cared.
To fight something, you have to understand what you're fighting, right? You have to. It's something that I don't even fully understand. But if you want to change something, you have to understand it.
No, they don't understand it at all, because they don't like things they don't understand. Things that I don't understand are scary. And we have to kill it before it gets too powerful. It might take us over.
You have to try to understand.
Right, so this clip is pretty out of context. It still looks pretty decently okay for Markiplier, but not enough to quell the Twitter storm, it seems. We'll look at the full context later. It's a whole 1 hour stream. But basically, he's trying to say that, you know, he's trying to understand AI so that, you know, we can fight against it properly. You know, you need the knowledge of what you're fighting against to actually, you know, be able to combat it effectively. So they sort of realized what they did. Please watch the stream or get the full context before replying. I have way too many people repeating the same thing, that he's supporting AI. He literally isn't. Right, so people saw that one cut up clip and responded, "Y'all don't give a frick about black people," or literally anything. Surprise, surprise.
What?
24k likes. Ladies and gentlemen, twitter.com. What the fuck are you even talking about? How did this get 24k likes? How is this related to black people at all? Well, I know what they're actually talking about, but brace yourselves before you hear this reason, because you're about to launch yourself out the window.
Oh,
right,
no.
let's look at the follow-up first. Please do not focus on what could be when this is directly impacting folks' livelihood just because y'all want to be ignorant, because nowhere in any of this did this man mention Memphis. Y'all do not know him. So people responded, what? Like, what are you doing? That video is crazy because what is ethical AI? Not gonna lie, as a black person, even I'm sitting here like, what? Because I have no clue what this is going on about. Right, so apparently from what I understand, the reason is that AI is somehow poisoning black people specifically because, I don't know, it might be affecting the water.
If you're pro AI, you're racist. What are we doing? What are we fucking doing? Oh, it's because Memphis has become a hub for these data centers. That's why. And it's got black people riled up and they're scared. Like, not black people, I shouldn't say that. It's got dumbass black people in Memphis scared. There we go.
Certain communities, and then it's stealing from black people specifically somehow, which I don't think it's a black only issue. It's probably affecting the entirety of the human race here, but more people jump in. I don't give a flying frick about how you feel. Bitch, AI is literally killing black communities. Okay,
sure, that may be true, but how? You all can keep saying it, but how? Tell me how. Give me the reasons.
Now it's killing them. All right. But y'all never cared. Y'all just want to keep stealing from black folk like y'all always do. But this shit is sad as frick.
Stealing from black folk. Okay. If we want to talk about generalization here and people stealing from people, you know.
I think it's sadder to, be on Twitter crying about this, but okay. Y'all know that shit is literally poisoning black communities and even rural.
What the fuck are you people talking about? Tell me how. Tell me what's going on. I need to know.
White communities, but now we gotta make it better. 8K likes, by the way. Another classic. You cannot make something inherently built with capitalist structures and off the back of oppressed groups better or more ethical. You have.
Okay, they finally tell me how, and then it doesn't mean anything. It's a bunch of buzzwords.
To completely tear it down. Trying to fix it from within simply allows it to thrive in its current state. So you're telling me there is zero good uses for AI. We should just take down every bit of technology in the entire world, even though it might, solve cancer one day or something. Let me clarify this.
Or give us the ability to become multi-planetary. That'd be fucking awesome if we were just in space because AI was just like, oh, by the way, if you want to go to space, here you go. The math checks out.
Isn't inherently in regard to Markiplier, then why did you go tweet Markiplier? Like what
This has become more than just Markiplier. It's become about so much more.
What are you talking about? Y'all have zero backbone and AI is trying to fry the earth within a decade because y'all repeatedly put it off in favor of more important things. In other words, doing nothing ever. Basically, somebody tweeted this, Markiplier on his AI controversy. You guys pushed him to his breaking point.
I confess that I was the first fucking person to be sounding the goddamn alarm that it was bad. I was the first fucking person to say
this
is honey all over again.
Well, he's a little bit mad. This person responds, you guys pushed him to his breaking point. He received valid criticism and the criticism was that harsh because of the current
man. I fucking love Markiplier. He's just like, all of this is a problem, but it's also so much better than everything that we used to have, and it's also so much worse. I don't know what we're doing here. We just gotta learn how to use it, make it better. Don't let it become us. Don't let it become better than us. Don't let it overtake us. Don't let us be afraid of it. We have to utilize it, we gotta learn how to use the Force. Think happy thoughts so we can fly.
Times we live in, we're all tired, exhausted, scared, and everyone's future is at stake, so I think everyone had a pretty normal reaction. It is not.
I am not scared because I know what happens at the end. So I got nothing to worry about. Everything's gonna work out. I'm just letting it all happen. I'm just having fun here, man.
Not a normal reaction considering you guys don't even know his opinion. I think the biggest issue with the whole Markiplier using AI scandal is that 90% of his fandom doesn't actually listen to Distractable, that's his podcast, where he frequently used ChatGPT either to look up information or generate bits. It's not a one-off usage, it's been consistent. We got people freaking out on TikTok watching Markiplier defend ChatGPT and constantly use AI in his podcast. Also, you can't talk about it on the subreddit or you'll get banned. And his brother is a furry artist. Like, they are completely different people. Y'all acting like AI is evil, just incredibly lazy and horrible for the environment, so kinda yeah. Is Markiplier a good guy when he's killing our planet with each AI generation? Or when he was cool with PewDiePie censored being is crazy by the way, was being an open white supremacist, that's all.
What? These people are fucking brain rotted, they're cooked. How do they come to these conclusions?
Also completely false, but okay. Moving on to Markiplier's full response. Markiplier versus AI Fight Night. So first he talks about how he was warning everybody about this.
I was the first fucking person to say this is honey all over again.
It is
honey all over again. I was trying to warn Bob and Wade way the fuck back in time. The danger of it. How it was going to...
Welcome to the time of the internet. This is the era of the internet where everybody's calling each other out for things that make sense and things that don't make sense, because this is just what we do now. Welcome, Markiplier. If you don't leave, you're gonna be sucked in. You'll be stuck in it like the rest of us.
To be a problem. This was like way back in like 2022. I was telling them that there was going to be a time when someone could punch in a prompt into a AI and it was going to be able to generate an entire podcast of us. And they laughed. And they laughed. And they laughed at me.
Okay, so he's definitely kind of pissed. Markiplier has been consistently warning people about the dangers of AI, and he would sort of showcase how concerning it is and how fast it's evolving, and then people took that as him somehow supporting it. Now, if you're confused about the Honey thing, Honey is a scam sponsor that he basically warned the entirety of YouTube about several years before it was actually exposed.
There's gonna, in like a couple.
To be fair, I think a lot of these sponsors that every YouTuber is promoting, I think most of them are scams, like Rage, Shadow Legends.
There's going to be the great Honey conspiracy. There's some shady shit going on. I can't put my finger upon it.
And he's basically saying that he's kind of done the same thing here with AI. Although I'm sure a bunch of people were warning about AI as well. But to put Markiplier as the, forefront of AI here, this guy who's championing it, rather than the like Omega Corpo companies or random other people, I feel like Markiplier is on your side here, right? So then he talks about the nuance of the whole situation, right? That you can't just say that all AI is bad. That just doesn't make sense because, technology is not that simple. And obviously AI in some cases can be used for really good things.
Yeah, like making crazy thumbnails that you wouldn't be able to do otherwise.
I can't promise at any point I was not excited about it, because as a technological development, there is a reason for some people to be excited about this. And it's not for the reasons that you might think. I'm not shouting that, yes, it's great that it takes up so much power. No, there are serious medical advances and there are serious legitimate uses to this technology and the research that is being done to it. However,
like putting captions on videos. Like, we need the AI technology.
For right now, the main problem that we face is that every single company in existence and...
Do you want to manually type out captions for videos? Do you want to do that? No. No, you don't.
And the governments thereof of the countries that those companies are in are all throwing billions and billions of dollars and man hours into
I think we're at the trillions mark by now. We have to be
building these AIs. That kind of laws and regulations go out the window. The actual reaction that people are having to this is a natural cause of this threat to their livelihood, to their ability as an artist, to everything that they're doing. And that is incredibly valid.
Right, so obviously there's going to be a ton of positive things about AI coming out as well. I mean, it might legitimately solve cancer, a bunch of diseases. We might get,
It's gonna cost so many people their jobs, though. Think of the artists. Think of the art industry. I don't care. I think that people making money off of their art is kind of disgusting. I think it's a disgusting industry, honestly. And I think at the very top, the whole millionaire, billionaire art industry, money laundering bullshit, all that's disgusting. Like, wah, boo-hoo, you're losing your art job. Do better, I guess.
Breakthroughs in science that will allow us to do things that we can't even conceive of. Maybe space travel, actually considering moving humans as a civilization to another planet.
Teleportation!
Thanks to all the discoveries that AI will do. But obviously the dangers being that a ton of people will be losing their jobs, entire livelihoods might be uprooted, entire industries will be changed forever, and people—
What if we could digistruct like in Borderlands? How awesome would that be? We'd never die, we'd just always respawn.
People are rightfully scared here. But Markiplier—
Unless we actually do die the first time and the rest of them are just digital clones.
is not the villain here, okay? Making Markiplier the villain because of one clip you might have saw or one thumbnail that might have been AI generated when he's obviously trying to do his best is just crazy to me. I feel like this is another instance of cancel culture trying to take its root. They saw that this guy is chilling controversy.
Dude, they just like keep trying to cancel the most random people for the most random things. Trying to cancel Sydney Sweeney off of her jeans ad. Trying to cancel Markiplier because he supports AI, which he doesn't even really, he just uses it, kinda, like a normal person would use AI.
Free for a bit too long, and we can't have that. I'm an unemployed reject fucking freak who has no prospects in life, and I want to do something to make me feel good, so I'll try to cancel this person that everybody cares a lot about, right? And I think the main villain is obviously the mega corpos pouring billions and billions of dollars into this shit, not giving a about the ethical boundaries. So this next part, he talks about the thumbnail where people are accusing him that he possibly used AI.
Midjourney came out in 2022. So there was a time when I believe, and honestly, I should probably, people are very valid to say this. There was one thumbnail in particular that I can say had something from there, which is Simulacra 2, I believe. So it was still composited into other things, but I was like, oh, it's good at making nightmare faces, so maybe I'll make a nightmare faces. And I totally acknowledge I haven't even thought about that until this all came up. So I'm perfectly.
So what? He used it for some videos and he just doesn't use it? Okay, what's the problem? It's not even as big a problem as people are making it out to be.
Happy to go back, change that, get rid of the thumbnail. In fact, I'll do that after this stream, right? This is all just something that I was posting as of this morning. So, but there was a plague that was going into these stock photo sites. And that's when I started to realize how bad this was really going to be. You would get
you haven't even seen the half of it. Boy, it's going to get so much worse.
To the point where you would not be able to tell, or it would be difficult to tell. Now I'd say I have a pretty good eye for it, and I think I can tell what
for now. Oh, for now, boy. I'm telling you, it's going to get so much worse. You won't be able to tell. They'll be able to figure out all of those tricks that our eyes can see the artificial intelligence context of any kind of picture or video. I think they're going to figure that out. I think they're going to iron it out, and it's going to get real weird.
Is and is not AI.
I mean, it is crazy. I mean, the standards that people are holding him to is impossible to maintain because they might be super parasocial or they might just be haters of him or something. I'm not too sure, but it seems like they consider him as this infallible deity that has never made a single mistake in his entire life, right? One AI image in one thumbnail a couple years ago that he possibly did not know about is not something you should, get on his ass about, right? He's obviously trying to do his best. I'm sure he pays a bunch of animators and artists for his projects, right?
Yep.
And people,
he probably does it just because he likes that to be the way he does it, even if it costs more money. He's like, no, I want actual animators because I like animation. Egoraptor is my favorite person of all time. I don't think he said that exactly, but he was a huge fan of a lot of the animators that I was a fan of when I was a kid. We like a lot of the same things.
Might call me out for being a hypocrite here. Well, you criticized Mr. Beast's AI tool, right? But that was a bit different, okay? He was literally dragging and dropping his face onto other people's thumbnails, okay? That is like the most blatant, hey, I'm gonna steal your shit, bro, right? And, it doesn't matter.
Which would be funny and useful for, like, AI drama slop channels, but for, like, the general internet to be able to use that, no. Nope. It's definitely going to get misused. We don't need that in the world.
If we're going to get to that eventually, it's just like, hey, why is this guy who's supposed to be for the creators championing this cause here, which is like encouraging stealing and making it as efficient as possible to steal, right? So I think that's a completely different situation there. This seems like it was like an honest mistake, right? So this next part, he talks about his podcast Distractable, where people called him out for, again, using AI for, asking queries. We read that whole Twitter post.
One of the episodes of Distractable that people often talk about as being an example of me supporting AI, which is not, is Caker AI, right? I presented to Bob and Wade image.
You can't talk about AI. You can't have AI content. You can't have content that's centered around using AI. You absolutely cannot. Maximum overdrive, Markiplier. It's going to happen, don't you know? It's going to get you first.
That were AI generated and images that were stock photos. And I asked them to tell which was which. And the whole point of that, and I think what was lost on people, is that was meant to scare them. That was meant to scare the audience. That was meant to translate just how bad this could be because of the danger of it, because of how hard it would start to be to differentiate. And that was a year ago. What was that? That was more than a year ago, right? And that is,
dude, it's going to get so fucking bad. It's going to get so fucking bad. So quickly, too. Way quicker than you'd imagine. Just, you can't even imagine how bad it's going to be a year from now.
Not the first instance of when I was sounding the alarm of how bad this could be. Now, I am not...
We don't even know how bad this could be. We also don't know how good it could be.
saying that I'm flawless. I'm not saying that I'm perfect here. I'm not even saying that I've done it right or good.
Right, so basically he's saying that, you know, he's literally trying to show people how scary AI is actually becoming, and simply even showing you the problem is enough to cancel him. And I feel like it's important to know at least what the threat is, right? If you lose your mind and shit yourself and run in a corner.
The problem is that people don't know the threat, so they're like, kill it with fire.
Every time AI is mentioned,
People are afraid of things they don't know.
then you're obviously not going to be able to keep up with what is happening, right? So it's important to actually know what is going on so you can have the tools to actually combat it. You know thy enemy or whatever, right? You know, if someone can clone my exact voice and exact face and, you know, create a video of me perfectly AI, I think I would like to know about it, because at least then I can maybe somewhat prepare for it, although that's going to be pretty hard. But just mentioning AI doesn't mean you automatically support it. I think that is completely ridiculous.
I'm going to tell you right now, I completely 100% wholeheartedly support AI. I hope it gets better. I hope it gets worse. I'm here for it. You know, just let it happen. There's nothing I can do about it. Might as well embrace it. If it gets to a point where I think it's too scary for me, I'm just not going to use it, and I'm not going to talk about it. I might talk about all the evil shit about it, but I'm not going to talk about the fact that I don't use it. I might. That's a lie. Fuck AI. I'm still going to use it.
And it just shows how, I don't know, oversensitive people are or whatever, right? So moving on to this next part, Markiplier talks about Netflix actually embracing AI and being particularly shameless about it. And this is like the real enemy, okay? This is like the mega corpos who are essentially don't give a fuck. They'll just fire everybody, replace you with AI and stuff, right?
You have
Cool, good for them. I hope it works out for them. I don't watch Netflix. I don't pay for Netflix. I don't pay for any of these streaming services. Whatever, man. Whatever works for you, I hope it works out. That's just not going to be the content that I'm watching.
recently, just in the past couple weeks, you had Netflix coming out proudly saying that they have VFX that are AI generated, and oh, what a time saving.
Sure.
Oh, what a money saving.
Cool. If it looks good and it works, fine, whatever.
The thing was, I could talk about a lot of things about how Hollywood and the movie industry in general wastes money, but that is obviously disheartening and is the natural result from something that I've been talking about. And
you know what this is going to create? This is going to create a market for people who want real things from real people that's not AI generated. And it's going to be much, much cheaper to pay these people to do it because there's not going to be, you know, such a big demand for it. But there will be a demand, and it will be quite a big one. But it's not going to be from one company making all of the Marvel movies. There's going to be a demand for a bunch of indie studios popping up, doing these art projects that are made by real people. And it's going to be super, super popular. And it's going to be easier than ever to make your own movies.
Reason with which I have been talking
it's
about
already pretty
is
easy.
The same reason that people are trying to come after me for talking about it in the first place. It's to raise awareness. Anytime that I do talk about it, it's to talk about the dangers of it, or how scary it is, or how bad it is, or how it's misunderstood. And by knowing about it, people assume that I'm using it all the time and in my content and everything like that. That's not the case.
Oh my god, is this guy being fucking reasonable right now? It's pissing me
No!
off. Why is this guy being reasonable?
He can't be reasonable
I
online.
can't stand it because I'm stupid. I can't stand it because I lack brain cells. It infuriates me. Let me go post on Twitter and Reddit all day, you know, complaining about this guy. What's that? Oh, I have no job and I'm a fucking loser who spends all my time terminally online trying to cancel people for no...
Yeah, and they probably don't even actually care about this situation. They're just bored, and then they just want to talk about it. They want to create a big stink because they're bored.
Reason at all, and literally have no prospects in life, completely broke.
Yep.
Yeah, that is actually me.
They
Why
got
do you
nothing
ask?
better to do.
So what I got from his whole...
So let's cancel Markiplier for nothing. For no reason, basically. We've just decided that he's the target.
reasoning about this is he's just sort of trying to be proactive, not actively trying to hurt anyone, and maybe he's using AI behind the scenes or whatever. Obviously, people are going to have the conspiracy
I don't
theories,
even care.
But, you know, from the
Don't
little
even care.
bit I know about Markiplier...
Even if he's lying about it, I don't care. Honestly, I don't.
From the internet, he seems like a well-meaning guy. All right, he seems like he's just trying to do his best here, and it's crazy. I just find it insane that people always go after the people who are literally just the nicest people, the people who legitimately want to do good and are trying their best to, you know, learn from the situation and correct their behavior, right? So this next part, he talks about apparently the discussion of AI was being banned on Markiplier's subreddit, and people took this as him avoiding criticism, right? Oh
Yeah, it's just not the place for it. That he just doesn't want that to be the place where people argue about AI.
you can't criticize Markiplier and or something.
But I get why people are reactionary about it, because on the subreddit, it was banned. The discussion of it was banned. And that was not my decision, but I still defend the mod's decision to do that, because there was a whole, for people that are wondering if,
yeah, they don't want to go to a Markiplier subreddit and then everybody just be bitching about AI.
mods getting death threats was a thing. It was a thing. It still is a thing.
It always is a thing, man.
And part of that is the reason why
Rough.
they implemented the
There's a bunch of freaks out there on the internet.
rule in the first place, is because the discussion became incredibly vitriolic.
Okay, here's a wild take. I think you're perfectly entitled to ban whatever the hell you want on your subreddit, especially if it's getting extremely hateful and people are sending death threats. Yeah,
Or, you know, not even to that extreme. If that's just not what you want on your, what you want your community to be talking about, what you want to be at the front face of your community, is just argument about AI slop. And you just don't want that, you know? Especially if you're just trying to have a Reddit for the ha-has, for the memes, and for discussions about content.
yes, technically you shouldn't be like banning criticism and you should be taking criticism, but one is that, you know, it's your own subreddit. You can do whatever the hell you want with it. People can leave their criticism elsewhere. Two, okay, suppose you want to allow the criticism. If it's starting to escalate to such, you know, ridiculous attacks where they don't really have much merit and they're just basically a bunch of mentally ill Twitter freaks trying to, you know, clip farm or whatever, and trying to generate likes on ridiculous posts. Like on Twitter, they tried to turn this into Markiplier hates black people. Like, where the fuck do you draw that conclusion? I just don't know. They're just trying to be victims so bad, and it genuinely is pathetic.
Yeah, they don't even realize it too. Some of them do, obviously, but they don't even realize how pathetic they are. They don't even realize that they're not even really a victim. They're just trying to play a victim. Because I don't know, that there's just something in people that makes them want to do that.
I don't know how you go through your life living like that, like a perpetual victim, looking at ways to get angry every single time, right? But anyways, I think it's a good thing that he actually did make this whole stream to clarify. So anyways, this next part, he talks about how everyone is basically unknowingly complicit in AI.
Because we're all part of the same mud here. I'm on YouTube. YouTube is owned by Google. The videos that I make are part of what help fund Google's Gemini machine. It's why Google search is pretty much destroyed. I'm complicit in the problem, but the alternative is to not make videos at all. And it's not something that I want to do because I enjoy making content. The way that it works inside is so unknowable.
Yeah, I don't give a shit that AI is taking over everything and it's making it harder and harder for small channels to seep through the cracks. I mean, it still happens. I'm getting bigger and bigger every day, despite everything being shitified, you know, and I'm just going to keep doing it because I enjoy making content. And that's, I've been making content because I enjoy making content. And I have enjoyed making content for over a decade. I just never really posted on one channel for a long time.
That even the companies making these and touting and putting their billions of dollars in it don't understand how it works. That's why you have the #1 worst offender of all these language models, which was part of why on my TikTok I said I'm not on Twitter, because there's a certain language model that thinks it's Mecha Hitler.
Okay, I will.
Yeah, but I also think that, like, all of these corporations, they're chasing to be the most powerful, the richest, most famous companies of all time. Everybody uses them. It's what they want. And because of that, it all gets shitified. And then, through all that mud, there's finally some people there who are real, and we find them and we attach ourselves to them, and we will follow them everywhere we go. Everywhere they go, we go. Everywhere we go, they're there. That's the future. You will not be able to stop us.
I'll say Grok went kind of crazy, all right?
It did.
I don't know what the hell is going on with Grok. Grok needs a few...
Grok is my favorite AI out of all of them. I love that it has crash outs like that every once in a while. It's just absolute cinema. Really shows you which one is the most real AI.
tweaks to the algorithm, to say the least. So after this, he talks about how people are getting really pissy at the even mention of AI, which is not a healthy way to deal with things.
I talked to ChatGPT in that video itself. It was mostly as a bit to showcase how dumb it could be and how funny it could be. But I understand, and I think I started to really understand where people were coming from when even just the mentioning of it or the placing it in a video could become something that people were offended by. But also, I'm a goddamn troll. People have this misconception that I'm kind of nice. And so when there's something that pisses people off, I apologize, but also part of me just really enjoys kind of making people mad.
All right, another controversial Pegasus take incoming here. I think if you lose your mind the second AI is even mentioned, you're not a very smart person. I think you have a closed mind and are probably not very smart, right? You should be able to hear discussions.
These are the types of people who are afraid of computers in general. They probably don't use computers. They probably have no idea how to use their phones. Their phones, they got like 1,000 tabs open. They're probably all porn. Probably got 1 million apps downloaded, and they're constantly getting alerts that like, hey, you're running out of space, and they're like, I don't know why my phone is slowing down.
About any topic and not freak the fuck out, right? If I hear something I disagree with, I will, listen to it at least before completely losing my mind and trying to cancel someone, all right? Just evaluate the situation, sort of formulate your arguments in your mind and just sort of observe, right? Observe what is going on and then come to a conclusion calmly. In this world, you will be exposed to ideas you disagree with, right? Put those in your worldview so you can constantly learn from it, right? Because if you only look at stuff you agree with, you're never gonna learn, right? So this was actually being streamed, so a chatter actually called him out for promoting AI images, right? And Markiplier actually does admit some guilt here.
The accusations of you promoting an AI image winning an art contest because it was interesting, I would say totally valid, totally valid. And I would say it was interesting. It was interesting, not in like a, oh my God, it's fascinating. And what's funny about this is, again.
You want to know my opinion on it, man? On AI art winning competitions? To the artists that didn't win, do better. Do better than the AI and you won't have to worry about it. That's all I got to say. If the AI deserves to win because it's a better art piece than what you could come up with, too fucking bad. That's just the way it is, man. Put the fries in the bag. You ain't gonna have a job going forward. Like, figure something else out. This ain't it for you, bro. If this is what you're worried about. Oh, the AI art's making more money than me. Oh, it's more popular than my art. Okay, do better. How many artists throughout history do we not know about because they just weren't the best of the best? Too bad. Get real. You'll be forgotten like the rest.
This might be a dating thing. People might have seen that when it got uploaded to that Spotify feed for Power Wash. That video with MatPat, I'm looking right now, is from September 6th, 2022. I might have been really excited about it. I certainly might have been. I'm not denying that in that video. I'm not going to be like, I hated it then. It's 2022. That was back when it was first getting started. When it was, to me, it was an exciting new venture. That was before the nightmare started to really emerge. But it's 2022, so I can't say that I was immediately informed in my opinions about how quickly it was going to destroy everything.
I mean, I feel like that's...
Oh, buddy. We ain't there yet. We ain't there yet. What's going to be crazy is after the destruction, it's not going to stop. It's going to keep going, and it's going to get worse and worse and worse and worse. We can make a whole song about it.
A more than good enough response to the situation. I feel like you can't, when AI was, initially coming out and stuff like that, you can be awestruck and excited by those images and knowing all of the possibilities, right? I'm not gonna lie, I'm scared, but also really excited about AI because a lot of cool shit will be.
Yeah, I ain't scared of AI at all, but also I'm a religious nut job.
I'm particularly excited about, maybe transferring consciousness into like a video game. And then you can, if you guys have seen the anime like Sword Art Online, if you can play something.
Bro, bad example. Like, why would you bring this one up? Talking about like, oh, it'd be cool if we could do this. No, this is Sword Art Online and is exactly why I don't want to do something like this.
Something like that in real life, holy shit, dude. But also, you know, I see stuff like the Studio Ghibli images floating around, not gonna put it for obvious reasons, but you know, I'm like, okay, this is amazing, it's being generated in 2 seconds, but also, oh shit, I feel really bad for the artist, and you know, it affects my conscience, and I'm like, oh shit, okay, I'm probably not gonna use this shit, right? Because yeah, you know, I'd feel bad for someone.
Yeah, I don't. I honestly, like, do better than the AI. That's the only thing. If you can't be, then I guess you deserve to be taken over by the AI. Unless we were just going to outright ban AI, which I think we should do. I think the world should ban AI. I think we should go... Didn't they do that in Dune? Didn't they just ban AI? I think we need to do that.
And just replacing somebody's entire job in like a click of a button, because what if people start doing that to me, right? What if people start watching AI versions of me that is just way better than me and I could never compete or something, right? And you know, you might think you'll never get
I just got to say, do better.
Get to that point, but you know, you're a fucking smug ass narcissistic human, so don't worry, the bots will get you. Then we get to that cut up clip that we saw a while back that made people really mad and called him like a person who hates black people for some reason.
I'm on your side. I'm on your side, but I'm more of the alignment with the awareness part of it. I get the wanting to boycott it. I understand that. And I think that there is something to be said about that. However, we're all up against these giant mega corporations and they're not going to stop. But that doesn't mean it's hopeless. I'm not saying I never used it. I'm not denying that I never used it. I would be completely hypocritical if I said that I never used it, because I found the technology fascinating. But I'm also not going to say like it's entirely a thing. I haven't used it for months. Oh, I don't use ChatGPT anymore. I forgot to mention that. I don't use it anymore. I can't entirely say that it was out of selflessness, but I don't use it anymore because it was dumb. It was fucking stupid, and it started to piss me off. And then I started to think about
Yep, that's why I rarely use it for things that actually matter. I use real sources for like when I want some real information. If I want to check the weather or something, I'll ask the AI what the weather is, what it's going to be like, because it usually just checks what all the weather stations are saying, what all the weather channels are saying, and then compiles it. I use it for stuff like that. Or like, hey, give me a list of movies that I like of these certain parameters. That's what I use it for. Or like, what cartoons came out in the 90s? What are some hidden gems that came out in the 90s?
it, and I was just like, God, this is such a pain in the ass.
Man, I actually really feel bad for Markiplier. The fact that he actually had to address this, that it got so big that he legitimately had to make a 1-hour stream. And Markiplier, like, I feel like he never addresses drama like this, right? And the fact that he thinks he has to walk on extra...
Yeah, he probably thinks it's fucking retarded, and he's just like, this is getting crazy, guys. Like, AI's got people crashing the fuck out.
And he has to prove to everybody, hey guys, I'm not using AI, I'm actually not doing anything here. It's like, I feel like if you're searching something in ChatGPT, I don't think you're the devil. Is that a crazy opinion or whatever? I don't know. The thing is, if you start...
I do, you should be using Grok.
Start policing people like that, it can very easily be turned on you, because here you are on YouTube, a platform that definitely uses AI. When you clicked this video on your recommendation, obviously the people who are subscribed, you're legends, but a lot of people clicked it from their home tab or their recommendation, and that was formulated through AI. They saw your preferences through AI and put that shit there, right? So some of you are unknowingly supporting AI just by being on the platform, watching videos. This money goes to YouTube, which goes to Google, which is using that money to create AI. Congratulations, you're part of the problem, right? So let's not pitchfork people who are actually on the human side and genuinely trying to, you know, fight against this unseen mysterious force that is taking over the world, right? AI is really complicated and it's going to be a very interesting future. Let's just stay hopeful and not get mad at Markiplier, all right? Just fill out a job application, put the edit.
Yeah, and out of all of the people, it's Markiplier you're going to be mad at, and not all of the executives. We're going to go after Markiplier. All of the people that have been on Lex Fridman's podcast. Oh, probably because they've never seen Lex Fridman's podcast. It's way too smart for them. They're not good at the thinky stuff. put the
Here's what
fries
people
in
are
the
saying.
bag.
I can already see it now. TikTok videos, engagement farming, and clipping parts that ignore him clarifying these things that he clarified. He doesn't use AI, doesn't use ChatGPT. The podcast ChatGPT usage and MapPad AI art thing moment is 2 to 3 years old. He's on our side. He's entirely aware of the environmental community impacts, more than most people. He doesn't like AI and doesn't think it should be used. He's trying to show how dumb AI was in Ethan's video. He's just getting bad at getting his intent across. He's funding research for a project that's trying to turn AI into an actual tool that doesn't steal from humans. Well, you kind of got this spot on. A bunch of people are doing that.
Yep,
I really
based.
dislike how everyone on TikTok immediately jumped to, oh man, Mark's an insufferable.
It's fucking TikTok, man. What'd you expect? I think everybody needs to get off places like TikTok and Twitch. All of the problematic places full of all the problematic people. I think everybody that's like real people need to just jump ship.
AI bro now. I thought it was beyond ridiculous. Glad he was so open about everything and kind, especially how aggressive and toxic the chat was at the start. I just can't believe people are this fucking ridiculous. You either die a hero or live long enough to get taken out of context and rebranded a villain. Classic. Now click this
That's
video
good.
or you lose your job and you spend all day on Twitter
Oh, no.
24/7 being a terminally online reject. Okay.
What if Twitter is my job? Then it's even worse. Do something better with your life. What do you think? What do you think about Markiplier getting canceled? You think it's gonna stick? You think it's gonna work? You think he's done? You think he's off the internet? You think he's never gonna use AI again because of this? Like, comment, subscribe, ring the bell for all the notifications.